Even though we're at the end of it, we're still in winter. There's some snow cover on the ground, but it's melting because it's not so cold anymore. But it's still winter. And look at this green stuff. It's already growing. See this? There's more here. Basically, if I keep going, I just find more and more here, here, and so on. I'm in this ravine, which is north facing, so it doesn't get much sun. Consequently, the water, the moisture that accumulates doesn't evaporate much because it's also guarded by trees. Still winter, so the trees are bare, no leaves. Nevertheless, there's trees and there's no sun that gets into this ravine. So you get these little green things here. What this is, it's called saxifrage. Snowdrops were the first to grow, and this saxifrage is the second that I see growing. These things are edible. They are good survival food, but I would not consider them anything more than survival food. I've eaten saxifrage before, and I just didn't care for the texture. They're safe to eat, and in a tight spot they could be very beneficial, but like I said, even though edible, I didn't mind the taste. It was just the texture that I didn't care for. Similar thing happened to me with mushrooms. I've eaten about 100 different species of mushrooms, edible mushrooms, and I've liked them all but one. And I was very excited when I found my first porcelain fungus. It was a rare find for me. There's only one spot I know where it grows. I found it last year. I'm gonna recheck this year, see if it still grows on the same log. It's a very cool looking fungus, and it's absolutely safe to eat, perfectly edible. And like I said, I've eaten hundreds of fungi and I like them all, but I could not stand the texture of porcelain fungus. Just could not do it. So even if I find it this year, I'm not gonna harvest it because I just don't care for the texture. And the same thing goes with saxifrage. They're safe to eat and they don't taste terrible, but I just don't care for the texture. These are tiny little, they just started growing. As I said, it's still winter and they're already growing, but it's edible food and could get you through the day if you're starving, but they're not the tastiest thing you've ever had. But like I said, the somewhat peppery taste is not too bad. It's just the texture. I've never eaten them this young though. I wonder if they're a little better. They had these tiny little hairs on their leaves. Maybe able to see here if my camera can focus. Oh. These are very small, I mean, compared to my fingers. Very small, they just started growing. Must have started growing while it was still sub-zero outside. Today it got a little warmer. The snow started to melt, but there's still snow, it's still winter. Look at all that moss. That's because the sun never gets here. It's about the slope of this ravine and the leaf cover. Oh, now look what I found here. Oh, I'm not sure it's still good, but it's there. See this? Talking of fungi. This is artist's conk. This is Ganoderma family of fungi, the same family as reishi. It's a medicinal mushroom, the one you can draw on the bottom. Oh, look at it, and it's nice and wide. Let me try to use my nail if I can. See, it leaves markings like that. People use it as canvas to draw on. It's called artist's conk. Ganoderma Applanatum. If there's one, there's probably more. I'll take a look, but I have to look closely because these old logs, they've been here for a while. Oh, look. from this end. Here's another one. See? It's artist conk. Oh, look at it, beautiful from the bottom. Alrighty. So I started with saxifrage, which is this little thing here. Edible, good survival food, although I didn't care for the texture. And ended with artist conk. Not edible, because it's a bracket fungus. You cannot chew through it, it's too tough. But it's very healthy, medicinal Ganoderma family, like reishi, as I had mentioned. Has similar medicinal properties, although it has not been studied as extensively as reishi. But as the same family mushroom, you can expect similar type of medicinal properties. Cool, nice ravine.